Welcome to Sharing to Uplift. My name is Sumaya, also known as Nakabi with the Thicker Beads. I'm your host, and in today's video, I just wanted to talk about mental health and being Muslim with a mental health diagnosis. I don't know if any of y'all are subscribers or new here. Please go and check out my other videos. I had one video that was about labels and how labels do not define you, right? And I think that has gotten misinterpreted, misread, and I want to clear that all up in this video. So why do I choose to do this video today? Well, before, I've been very inspired to do a video like this, but before now, I didn't do it for obvious and not obvious reasons. Why now? Because right now I'm working on my mental health, and I feel that this is the best time and a great time to express my feelings and thoughts and suggestions about mental health, especially being Muslim. Okay, it's hard enough already to have a mental disability, which for me it is disabling when it hurts me and it can hurt others, and it's able, and it's like an ability when I'm focused and some of the symptoms that I have works for me in a positive way. That's not necessary for everybody. It's just what's necessary for me. So, I never looked at labels as, okay, this is the label, I have this, and that's it, and everybody should just know I had that and using that as an excuse. That's what I'm talking about, not letting a label define you. Like, you're still who you are. I'm Sumaya, I'm the copy with the thicker beads, you know what I'm saying? But I have a mental health issue that has to get resolved, right? I cannot say, and this is rules for my own self, I have this issues and it is what it is, and then not try to do anything to help myself. You know what I mean? Any help that comes is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as a Muslim dealing with mental health issues, we should know that the means to manage these things through whatever means he give you, whether it's pills, therapy, psychiatry, whatever it is, you understand? We have the opportunity to benefit from what he has put out there for us to achieve management of our mental health and, trying to be at ease and live peacefully with what you are diagnosed with. So for me, I'm diagnosed. I have a diagnosis, right? Sometimes I don't tell people what my diagnosis is, because at the same time, when you reach out to other people, they look at this thing as looking down on you, or use that for everything that's wrong with you, right? If I'm happy, I seem manicky, right? But to another person, it could be, oh, you're manic. Wait a second, I'm just happy about a situation. So it's very scary. So those were the not so obvious reasons and obvious reasons why I never came out with this video. But I'm seeing in my community and in my friends and family's life that mental health is not an easy situation for the person who has a health problem, and for the people who have to live around it. It's very hard, especially with a diagnosis like mine. I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective, right? So I'm more on the bipolar side and have some traits that will be considered in the schizophrenia side, right? And for all these years, I'm used to the way I was, whether I was taking supplements, and wasn't being consistent. I didn't have a therapist or a psychiatrist to go to for the past few years after my son, Muhammad, had passed away, right? And then my mom had passed away. I definitely didn't have no more mental health outlets to go to, because the place that I was going had got shut down, right? So now this is all the way back in 2018. And for all these years, I've been trying to get into help, because I realized, okay, I do need a therapist, because therapy is good for me. It's good for me to talk and hear others' perspectives and to help me with the type of behavior changes that I need to work on. So that's the way that having a therapist benefit me. It may benefit you in the same way, or even better, or it may not. But I'm just saying what benefits me. And I knew that. And I'm not big on taking pills other than supplements. But for the past few months, I realized, wait a second, things is getting worse. And what do I mean? I mean, like, I was so on the hyperactive side that it was just so normal that my mind was speeding so fast that even if you held a conversation with me, I cannot even remember half the words you said, because I just immediately just, start speedballing with my thoughts and cut off everything else that was said to me. I barely didn't even hear it, right? And it was other symptoms that I was having that I noticed, hey, this don't feel good. This can't be right that I'm like this all the time. And then, if you have your family and friends around you telling you, you should try to do this or try to work on this. And then it's like, for people who are suffering through a mental health crisis at the moment, there's nothing that you could tell that person sometimes for them to, not at the moment. You gotta like catch them when they're like a little stable in the moment, and then you can express certain things, and don't overwhelm people with it either, right? And people would tell me the same things. And then when I start realizing, why is everybody saying the same thing? It's not like they're all talking to each other. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking to each other to formulate a plan against me. And that's when I started realizing and noticing for my own self and praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help me with the changes that I need to make. And by doing so, that helped me to become more self-aware. And then I realized, wait a second, this don't make no sense. Some of the things I was thinking and doing, it did not make any sense. And I had to admit that to myself. And did I let a label separate me from knowing that I needed help and to try to receive help? No. A label is a label. You have to have something for people to identify certain things that will represent a place, a person, or a thing, right? And so, no, I do not throw my label around, but I do know, okay, these are certain aspects that falls under this label that would identify what I'm going through or I'm doing at that moment. Somebody want to call me a mental cycle or whatever. I don't know what words to use, but you get the idea. That's their perception. That's what that doesn't define me, right? I'm still me. I still have the beautiful characteristics that other people see, and I have bad characteristics that other people see and myself see too. It's still me. Doesn't mean that I just go around and just say this label all the time to people, so they need to just understand that and leave me alone. No. It's not healthy to live like that. So for the past month and a half, I haven't been making any real videos, and I haven't even been gardening because I didn't really feel good. I didn't feel good. I didn't have the energy to even go outside. And I had a lot of energy, but it wasn't towards the things that helps me cope. And the more and more I was getting away from the things that helped me cope, was the more and more I became sicker and sicker. And so, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had opened the doors up for me once I decided, no, I want to change. I don't want to live like this. It's getting worse as older as I am getting. That's not the place to be. That's not the way to be. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and subhanallah, when I tell you, doors open up just like this. So then I found a therapist, a very good therapist. And I'll do another video about how to choose people that fit you. You can't just take everybody. Not everybody is for you. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be very what's that word called? Particular. You have to be very particular when picking a therapist and a psychiatrist, right? And we could talk about that in another video. And like I said earlier in this video, I am very opposed to taking pharmaceutical pills, right? But I knew that what I was taking, what I was doing, was not going to help me to calm down. Not at all. And so when I started therapy, she's a good therapist. She kept pointing out to me, you can't be living in peace if you have all these thoughts or all these different things that you're worried about, and you don't even know that you're going so fast that your mind is racing. It's not peaceful to always have something, going on to you. And she was right. And I kept thinking about that. No, I do want to live in peace. I thought I was living peacefully, but I'm not. And so she just suggested, I need to get medicine. So, sorry about that, guys. That I needed some medicine, that it will help me and I should give it a try. And I said, you know what can it do? It can't hurt me, And I'm smart enough to know that if a medicine is not working, to try something else. So I finally got into psychiatry when I was avoiding it, just because, let me tell you something. I was avoiding filling out for a psychiatrist in my town because it was an online registration, and then it was asking too much questions, and I mean things that I feel did not have anything to do with anything. So that kept me away from filling out the form. But guess what? After I told my therapist, I don't know what happened. The next time when I went back on, they shortened that and they reduced the amount of things that they was asking for. And then I filled it out and got me a good psychiatrist. So I'm just saying, I finally just got it done and I was happy. I got a good psychiatrist. Don't think that you're not gonna run into things. It's not just that simple. He was trying to get me to take pills, and he did tell me, oh, don't even look up these pills because, it's biased and da da da. Well, I didn't listen to him because nobody's going to tell me not to look up no pill. I need to look it up to see what is the side effects and what's the most dangerous things that can happen. So one of the pills was a pill that causes you to burn inside out. Oh, no, I did not take that pill. And another pill was a pill that one of my friends who was diagnosed with her disease, been taking for 40 years. And so I was happy for that one. I took it and here I am now. Able to talk, able to take a breath while talking, able to be focused, able to be just generally more in a good mood than being agitated so easily and irritated and snappy. And I feel so much at peace. I feel so much better. I don't have all the thoughts I was having, none of that stuff. I just feel happy and grateful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided me to the right things that I needed that will help me. And that's why I'm making this video, because I know people, and some people, yes, we have these labels, but don't think that, just be immune to it as if you don't need to change anything in your life or something won't benefit you. Whatever's meant to benefit you is going to benefit you, and what's not, it's not. That's just how it goes. But I advise and I suggest anybody who's going through any kind of situation, if you have people telling you, all different types of people telling you the same thing, and you gotta believe they're not all talking to each other. So be forming anything against you, you should take the advice. You should go and get some, professional help, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created professional people for a means for us. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one day somebody came to him and asked him about farming or something like that, and he said he don't know nothing about it. He told him go to the person who does, right? We have to go to the person of knowledge in whatever field it is that we're trying to have to deal with, or anything like that. And so that's what I wanted to come on here and say, like, don't ever forget the things that help you. Keep a journal. Write it down. Listen to other people's feedback. If something was helping you and you was more, continue it. Don't just stop. Because people with my kind of disease, we just like that. Oh, we could take a pill for 1-2 times. In 1 week, we are better. We're not mannequin and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I don't need the pills. Wait a second. First of all, it was the pills that help you get there. So you need the pills. And you just work with your therapist to help find you a good pill. Work with your psychiatrist to help you find you a good pill that don't have good, that doesn't have a lot of side effects and works good with you. Okay? And I really, really encourage Muslims, really do not overlook mental health. Go and take care of it. It's like such a taboo. It's just such a taboo with different ethnicities and cultures. mental health is a big taboo. I mean, my family, they think I'm the only one with a mental health problem. Really, seriously. And don't think that it's come from generation to generation. It's just like sometimes these things are generational. And we have to nip it in the bud. And once we learn how to maintain and manage ourselves and to get the ease that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for us, do it. Okay? I really hope that this message helps somebody, and it helps me to finally express what I really be going through, because I don't. And I just feel so much better taking these pills right now. If you can look at my old videos and look at my video today, you will see a big difference. So I just wanted to leave you guys with this. All hope comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if anything is going to harm you, it's going to harm you. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop any benefit to you. So please, please, look into if somebody says things. And I know some people are very not good people that will, do that. But if it's more than one people, like more than two people that really knows you, that you trust, then take their advice. Okay? So until next time, hopefully, I come back with another video sooner. Just know that gardening, and I have gardening on my video, that's a coping method for me. That's why I'm big on gardening. I'm going to do a video about my thicker beads. That is a coping method for me, thickering. And I use my thicker beads. Okay? So, yeah, everything on my channel is intentional. Okay? And I just hope that you can find something, that if you suffer from any type of mental illness, that you find something that will be coping, that will be beneficial. Not drugs and drinking and stuff like that. That don't help. That's just self-medicating, right? But I hope that you get something, you find something. And I'm going to be finished this now. Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends and family.